What's going on? Welcome to K.A.E Sports Talk. And if you guys can give me the HKO special, help the king out, hit the like, subscribe, and comment. We're going to do a different format because now the team previews have disappeared from the World Cup website. So I'm just going to give you a synopsis of what's going on. So here's the thing. Yep. So this is a Group F. So the preview is Group F, and we're still going to be in Okinawa. So Group E, which is a group of death, has theirs. So there's going to be two groups in Okinawa, and then tomorrow I'll have the other groups, which is located in Indonesia. Okay, so we have Slovenia, Cape Verde, Georgia, and Venezuela into this pool here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover Cape Verde. So they're number 64th in the rankings right now. So they're going to play, Georgia and yep, Venezuela. Okay, so this is their first World Cup. So let's see and let's get into the article here. So there's a team profile. So can Edney Tavares dominate Cape Verdes on the biggest stage? Okay, so yeah, they're the smallest nation to participate. So this is a population of 570,000. So Cape Verde are out to make their people proud as they compete. One of the biggest, yeah, World Cup in Japan. Now, Walter Edney Tavares heading the Blue Sharks on, which also features the quarter squad that competed in the African qualifiers. So let's see. So this might be actually, well, this is not quite the 12, but it's an extended roster. So, yep. So Will Tavares, yep. So that's who's going to put it. And of course, after joining Real Madrid star Ivan Almeida and Joe Almeida both played 10 games and they helped to a 6-4 record. And of course, they beat Ivory Coast. So they'll go as far as this Trokia will take them, but they won't have lack of support. So there's a lot of veterans on this team. So, yep. So, given those pieces and their individual experience, they can the debutants make a Cinderella run in this World Cup rodeo, but we won't know. And of course, they're in the pool of a highly ranked teams. So Slovenia, Jokic, Doncic. So yep, and then of course newcomer Georgia and longtime American contender Venezuela. So they're gonna have their hands full. So and they pulled up the surprise in 21, reached the semifinals for first time, claiming bronze in '07, finishing in fourth in you know, in the Afro basket. So yep, so there you go. And Tavares, he's I think 7'3". So even to this day, yep, he's gonna continue. And defenses will most likely swarm him with multiple bodies. So somebody from the team will have to seize the opportunity and that the presence would create. So 7'3". So they just have to stay out of foul trouble. So yep, Tavares. And of course, and the fear, yep, Cape Verde might be the oldest teams in this tilt, but they got to provide no doubt. So yep, so Joe Almeida is 137, Ivan is 34, so and Edney Tavares is 31. So not good for the team, and they are 64th. And of course, you can see the last 10 appearances in the FIBA attempts and how far would they go. Of course, oh yeah, they're gonna go second round and like that. So that's where I'm gonna go. And for a deeper look, the World Cup. Oh, so you could click here and go deeper than that. Okay, so they did have. Oh, so they do have the previews. So 64th, and how did they qualify? Well, they're qualified. So yeah, so that's where they're at, and yep, that's how they qualified. So this is their first appearance by going to the semis. So I've already highlighted all the players that is going. So Yep. So and yep. So they're making their first history. Yep. So there you go. And yeah, the previous was Montenegro, who had 620. So yep. So this is our first one, and of course we said big man Tavares. So that's how it's gonna go. All right. So that takes care of Cape Verde. So the next team we're gonna look up is Georgia. Yes, so they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're ranked number 32 right now in the rankings, so they're going to win it for all. So, yep, so there's their schedule. So, yep, so they're going to either play at 5 or 8:30. So, there you go. So, yep, and let's look go under team profile. So, so they're here in Okinawa. So they're going to prove that they belong here. Yep. So they are definitely out to prove something. And yes, the two of the best. I don't know how to pronounce that. Baroness uniform. Yep. Tokyo Shingila and Georgie Shermanini. So, yep. So they were the leading scorers in the qualifiers. So they averaged those points there. And the two stars will be joined by young tandem Gorga Bizarre and Sandro Matsumu, Matsumu together with the guard Duda Sanizes and Dodd McFadden and 22 player Rati and Dro Kavisa. Uh, Kazil. So yeah, some long names to pronounce. Sorry, I butchering. It's like a bad apple here, but yeah, but Montenegro, yeah, or Georgia, yeah, and of course in 19 they finished 25th and 6th respectively, fell to Austria in the quarterfinals. So Georgia will replicate the likes of former the latter terms in results. So yep, and of course, there's no question they have the quality from the European to NBA players. So they do have that in their favor. So and of course, Latvia, South Sudan, and Cape Verde are making their first appearance at the World. So Georgia is not along in that regard. So yep. So majority of minutes are coached by Greek Ilas Zoros, who will be eating up veterans like Shengelia, and who is almost the biggest European, and Mondini who's coming up a Spanish Liga. So yeah, these guys are MVPs and they played in Europe, so they're looking really good. And yeah, so but of course the fear is the depth. So last year, Shengelia was unable to perform after getting hurt in the lineup. So yep, they end up playing heavy minutes. So this is a thing. Yep, they don't have too much depth, but they're gonna have to make something happen. Yep, and they did not qualify in that. So yep. So and of course we could take a deeper look here. We already talked about the previews for these teams, so that's where they're going to be. So they're going to be focused on those players there, and of course, 32nd team in the standing. So yep, so that's where they're going to be, and yeah, they're going to be looking to see, and of course, this is their best roster possible. So I think it's 15, but there's going to be a lot of yeah switching around. Yep, and of course, there's a lot of these players. So yep, and yep. So Shvili averaged 15.2, 11 for Eurobasket. So and having joined the Bucks, Antonio was waived by the club by March 1 and claimed by San Antonio. So yep, this is a team right there for Georgia. So they're ranked number 32. All right, so there's the second team. So now we're going to talk about the third team. Let's see if I can get them up here. So Venezuela. I just can't pronounce it today, right? Jeez. So yep. So here they're ranked 17. So they've been here quite a few times. So I'm just going to go under their profile, or their profile doesn't have much in here. Of course, they finished first, but let's see, where's their profile? game solutions. But here's their schedule. They're gonna play the 3 games here. Um, let's see what the overview. Ah, they don't. Okay, and let's go under team Venezuela. They got to rely on experience. So there you go. So here we go. Yep, Venezuela looking to take another positive step in the international hoops as they run their court on the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Japan. So the country famously won in 15 America in Rio de Janeiro, and then qualified for the 19 World Cup in China. So experience is not a short supply, so they'll have 6 players in the squad from the American team. Nestor Comanades, Wendy Gatterall, so yep, and Gillian, Grease, Vargas, and Kubilian, and those screen is not on the World Cup team. So yep, and of course Michael Carrera, Zamora, Chorio, and Perez were members of the 19 World Cup team in the summer. So they're not going to be left out without a lot of experience. So, yep. And then some promising youngster in Soho and Cervantes and Pujadi and Medina and Mataran. So it doesn't have much, but yep. So the 26-year-olds is one of the nice features. So, yep, they got a problem here. They got to figure out who's going to be on the team. Will Venezuela do better than 19 and advance to the quarters? The team Venezuela get wins during the preparations, falling to Angola, Argentina, Spain, France, Australia, and South Sudan. So they're playing some good teams right now. So similar to 19, when Venezuela took China and Cote d'Ivoire in the group phase, won both teams in the first and second behind Poland. Advanced to the second, and then South American country has a very good chance of progressing in Okinawa. So, yep, so they're going to be underdogs against Slovenia, but should be favored in the World Cup. Newcomers, K.A.E and Georgia. But to finish in the top 2, if they advance, they will be extremely difficult since they got to cross over with a group of death. Yes, Germany, Australia, Finland, and Japan. So, yep, Venezuela is going to rely on their defense, but they need to get those big performances from the veterans. So they do. And the fear is Venezuela's number 7 because struggle against a fired up Georgia and which have won the last 3 games. So yeah. So they're gonna have to really push here. They're gonna really have to come into their own and push. So yep. So yep, and of course the preview here. I'm not going to go over the whole preview since I went over what's going on here. So they're looking to go for one more go around right here. So I found the previews, but yep, another go around. So yep. So a lot of veterans, Garly Soho Joe. So there's a lot to fathom here. So yeah, so they're gonna be maybe in second, but and I had the same thoughts exactly. Georgia could beat them, so they can beat them. Okay, so the last team I'm gonna talk about is the favored Slovenia team. Yes, they are favored to win this. Win this pool, but they're gonna have to seriously cross over. Yes, so let's so the question is, can Luka Doncic carry this team? Can they do it? So the roster that's viewed as some of the favorites. Yeah, so they're the favorites coming up. So there's Luka Doncic. Yeah, the face of the Dallas Mavericks. So sharpshooter, yep, Clement Prevelic and center Mike Toby and forward Jaka Blazic and guard Zoran Dragic. So yeah, the national team. And then they made it to the semis in the Olympics. So yep. So yep. So the question is, will they get back to the podium? And of course, Slovenia did not qualify. So, but they did make a layup, reaching against Tokyo, and then fell to Australia in a bronze game. Yep, in Tokyo. And then, of course, went to the Eurobasket. Yep, they were upset by Poland. I remember that. So, yep. So they're going to be looking to just go and win. But, of course, the crossover is going to be tough. Yeah, because they're going to to be playing with so many, and they punched their ticket to the qualifiers were out Doncic as Mars started in a home win over Germany, so that was a big win right there. So there's plenty of experience on this team, so they could just run off the court if they stay healthy. If Doncic can stay very healthy, and don't injure himself, they can last as long as they can. So, yep. So, of course, last World Cup, they did not qualify, but they finished fourth in Tokyo. So that's where we're going to go. And, yep, for a deeper look. So you could kind of look at, let me click there. So this is the preview, but I'm just not going to go over all of it because I just covered it. So, yep. So at least they have recent articles of them coming through. So this is an extended roster, but we don't know the full roster till getting very very close to the day. So yeah, so that's where we're at, with this. So this is my prediction. I think Slovenia is gonna win this group. That's gonna be no doubter. Let's see, between Venezuela and Georgia, I'm gonna lead towards Venezuela. So Venezuela. Oh, I can't even pronounce. What's wrong with me? So that'll be like second, and maybe Georgia third. K.A.E. Verde, unfortunately, they're just gonna have to live off of their big center. So yeah, and then when they cross over, that's going to be an issue, but that's a moot point right now. So that's where we're going to send with the lineups, but that's what it is. So again, Slovenia, Venezuela, Georgia, and K.A.E. Verde. That's going to be my prediction for the pool. So, yep. So it's going to be remain to be seen. And so far, they're going to play in Okinawa. So I guess the weather's going to subside, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think by maybe Tuesday and Wednesday it'll be set. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to talk about Group G, and then I'll talk about Group H on the last day, and then, yep, I'll be off to Manila. So, yep, Group G tomorrow, and we're going to go over to Indonesia. So those are where they're saying. So these are the 8 teams here in Japan, and then the 8 teams in Indonesia. So 2 more days, and then I'm just gonna just tell the story. So yep. The King out here, subscribe and comment. So I'll see you in my next video.